Hello everybody, I'm Sean, and in today's video I want to talk about 5 affirmations to give yourself to have a positive confirmation bias. Now first things first, what is a positive confirmation bias? A positive confirmation bias is a trait and thing that mentally strong people convey. But more simply, positive confirmation bias is when you see the positive in things and in life, even if the thing or life or whatever you're experiencing may not be so positive, you still have the tendency to see the positive, to see the light through the dark, to notice the star that is shining in the very, very dark night, right? So if you're always looking at the negative things and getting mad about the negative things, that will lead you to dysregulate. And looking at the positive in things and having this tendency, is a good thing. An example of positive confirmation bias would be to remember the things that you had a positive experience with instead of dwelling on the negative or your trauma or your past. And that's really you saying, hey, there's also a positive too. And that is essentially what positive confirmation bias is. And I really just want to talk about 5 affirmations that will help you convey positive confirmation and help you just see them positive when things aren't really working out or they seem very tough. It will help you live a more positive life and be more positive and convey more positive energy for you to tread more peacefully in life. So the first affirmation that I want to talk about is I am enough. A lot of times we don't feel complete as a person, whether this be for goals, whether this be for relationships, we don't feel like we are enough a lot of times. And when you tell yourself you are enough, what you're doing is you're basically conveying that you belong in this world, and you're allowing yourself to regulate the emotions that you have, and you're really just allowing yourself to be you, because in this world there's so many personalities that we can choose, so many mask identities that we can create to cover ourselves up, to get away from who we truly are. And we do this subconsciously, and essentially when we do that, we shove ourselves down so deep, and when we try to be ourselves, we feel insecure because of this, and because of what people may have told us in the past, because of trauma, because of just how we may feel we look and things like that. And when you tell yourself you are enough, you're conveying positive confirmation bias, because when you don't feel complete and you feel insecure, you feel like people are judging you in their mind, and you feel like you're worse than everybody else and you're not as enough as anybody else, whether it be in a work environment, a school environment, a conference, something like that, and you tell yourself you are enough and that you do belong, that is conveying positive confirmation bias, because you're letting yourself know that I am enough and I belong in this world, and everybody else should accept me, but most importantly, I accept myself. And I'm not worried about if someone doesn't accept me, because if they don't, then I don't care, because I already have so much self-acceptance. So that is the first affirmation. Now the second affirmation that I want to talk about that you can tell yourself to convey and have positive confirmation bias is that it's all going to work out. A lot of times things may be going hard, things may be getting tough. You may be dealing with tough relationships, tough people at work, tough people at school, a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, a lot of just BS in life tends to occur for all of us, and that's just part of life, unfortunately, that sometimes people can be assholes, people can be rude to you, certain people may make fun of you, judge you, and certain things just may seem like it's not going your way. Things are not working out the way you feel they should be working out, and it just feels like things are just not going your way. You feel like you're just a failure. And when you tell yourself it's all going to work out, that lets yourself know that you are okay. And that essentially ties back also to the first affirmation, that you're letting yourself know that you are enough in this moment, in this lifetime. You are enough, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and everything will work out no matter how it may go, no matter how long it may take. When you let yourself know that, you're allowing yourself to see the positive, because you're not only dwelling on the negative, which may be occurring now. You're allowing yourself to see the bigger picture, which is essentially conveying a positive confirmation bias. So that is the second affirmation. Now the third affirmation is that I am here. I use this a lot too, because a lot of times when we go through trauma and past trauma, maybe childhood trauma that's coming back for us, a lot of times we have a hippocampus dysregulation, and our hippocampus is damaged. And when this part of our brain is damaged, a lot of times we can't differentiate the past and the now. And a lot of times we disassociate and we get stuck in the past, or we just a lot of times are dwelling on the past, or even just dwelling on the future, worrying about the future, not living in the moment. And that causes anxiety, that causes fear. That's not really true peace, and leads us to not really be happy, because if we're always focused on the future or always focused on the past, we're never going to be living life to the fullest, because we're never going to be here in the moment. So when you let yourself know that I am here, you're really letting yourself know that it's okay to let go of the future. It's okay to let go of the past, because that's not where I'm at right now. Even if you may have had a hard past, or even if you have terrible worries about the future, when you let yourself know that I am here, you're conveying positive confirmation bias and letting yourself know that I am here. I can't control life. I can't control certain things. I just have to let go and just really live in the moment. And that's just really conveying a lot of positive energy too, because you're allowing yourself to just be, and just be in the moment and enjoy the moment, and not stress and have a lot of worries in life. So that is the third affirmation. Now the fourth affirmation is that I am capable. A lot of times we face obstacles, challenges in life, difficulties in life, hardships, whether it be for anything really, not just, money or work, just in life too, because that's not all life is. Life is not all work. Life is not all money. Life is also about you and who you are. And that is really true success. If you just have money, that is not true success. So when you let yourself know that I am capable, when you're facing hardships in life, you let yourself know that I am strong and I am capable of doing whatever I set my mind to do. And that's really letting yourself know that there is a positive too, because I don't have to only dwell on the negative and think, oh, I suck, I can't do this, I can't. We're always saying I can't, or what about I can? Because you can be you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter what other people think, because if you're dwelling on what other people think your whole life, you're never going to get a chance to be you, and you're never going to get a chance to live the life that you wanted. And essentially, eventually, it becomes too late. And now we're stuck, and we're looking back thinking, damn, why did I always just wonder what other people think? And that really makes you live in regret, which we don't want, because that can be very traumatic and very painful to accept. And when you let yourself know that I am capable, you're letting yourself know that you have inner strength, and you're creating inner strength, and you're creating that inner strength, and inner strength leads to inner peace, because if you have inner strength, you're able to be yourself with strength, not with fear, not with terror and worry and stress. You're able to proceed life with strength no matter what faces you, when you let yourself know that I am capable. And that's letting you see the positive in life, because you're letting yourself know that I am better than what I think I am. I'm better than these negative thoughts that tell me what I am. Now the fifth affirmation that I want to talk about is that I only focus on what I can control. A lot of times we don't focus on what we can control. We try to control everything at once, and really what you have to accept in life is that you can only control certain things. You can't control how you look, what other people think about you. That's them. That's other people's opinions. You can't control how other people act and how life plays out. You just have to go with the flow. And when you accept this, you're allowing yourself to see the positive, because you're only focusing on what you can control. You're not trying to focus on everything at once, and you're allowing yourself to see that there is things that you can control, because a lot of times when we try to control everything, that is a form of self-blame, because we blame ourselves for feeling that we have no control over life, and that is a lot of times a trauma response. We feel like we have no control. But when you let yourself know that I only focus on what I can control, you're letting yourself know that there are things that I can control, and that's all that I'm going to focus on. And that's letting yourself see the positive in things, because you're letting yourself know that there are certain things that I can't control and I just have to let go of. I don't need to worry about those things. And that's letting yourself know that there is a positive too, because a lot of times things that we can't control but we still focus on are things that are negative. Other people's opinions, other people's thoughts about you, life goals, depression, right? And you focus on that and you end up getting more fucked up than you already were. But when you let yourself know that I only focus on what I can control, you let yourself know that there are things that I can't control, and that's all that matters. All that matters is what I can control. I can control how I feel. I can control what I do. I can control my actions. And that lets yourself know that there is a positive too in life, and there is a positive to me. There is a positive to doing what I want to do, to doing what I can control. There's not a positive in worrying about other people's opinions and other people's thoughts about you and what other people are thinking about you and rumors about you, things like that. When you focus on that, you're dwelling on the negative, and that's not a tendency mentally strong people have. Mentally strong people will say, okay, that's them, but I have my own opinion about myself. I have my own life. And that's really letting yourself know that there is a positive, and really letting yourself know that you are powerful and you do have control and you can take control, which is essentially, again, creating inner strength.